The gondola ship Monstro is a multi-purpose organic ship. It is quite a bit larger than the DSS-1, housing a generational crew of 300, including Imperial defectors, Conquered passengers, Vochinth mutants, Goosh caravanners, Esdes missionaries, Jagger sailors, and at least one Fortisan navigator. Unlike most ships, Monstro has no decks to speak of. Instead, sections of the ship are separated into pods, or glands, within the bowels of the creature. Most of these glands are designated for crew and guest quarters. Each bedroom on board the ship is an organic bubble of flexible, caramel-colored material. Illumination in these chambers is given by an orb the size of a fishbowl, which descends from the ceiling on a membrane. Artificial portholes have been placed along the walls of the room to allow passengers to see out. The center of the ship is a large open cavity that has been designated the Grand Hall. This is a multi-purpose area with several artificial tiers built in to provide more functional space. The ship's council chamber lies at the far end of the Grand Hall, a council of 6 representatives for all of the alien races present on the ship. Much of this area serves as a hydroponics bay, as there is a clear membrane that lines the top of it and is capable of being opaque or clear to account for the proximity of stars. The middle of the Grand Hall is the mess, where lots of tables have been set up to provide seating for mealtime. Around the sides of the Grand Hall, the Goosh and a few other economical crew have set up vendor stalls and sell specialized or scavenged items. Large white bones extend from floor to ceiling and give the whole Grand Hall an oval shape, as the ribs of the gondola serve as support beams. Floating in the mists of the Kanjhalli Nebula, the gondola Monstro is unaware it is being observed. A view screen showing Monstro from afar is switched off on a console by a small, gray, fuzzy hand. Meanwhile, back on Monstro, we see the 3 unlikely alien allies once again in the antechamber to the bridge. Adjunct Rillo hulking in the doorframe. Nasher is fidgeting irresponsibly with a large firearm. And Tavia is trying her best to look like she doesn't associate with the others. Rillo receives a communication into his earpiece and stands aside from the door, ushering the 3 onto the bridge. Primary Ganji is at the far side of the room, bent over a far console, deep in conversation with the Jagger bridge technician seated at the station. Without looking up from the console, Ganji says, "You 3, come take a look at this." She points at an oscilloscope readout on the console. It is prominently displaying the active frequencies present outside the ship. What do you see?
This doesn't really look like anything I look at. I just look at the machine parts there.
Tavia?
I mean, unless there's Imperials for me to shoot, I'm not really interested.
I'm just looking around the room, looking for any potential threats. I probably haven't even noticed what's being pointed out to me.
This oscilloscope, it displays several frequency bands. These right here, and she'll point, these are the calls of the gondola moving through the nebula. And you see slow waves kind of on the screen. Monstro can hear all of these, even in the vacuum of space, and each signal carries important information. Dangers, food sources, mating grounds. The Kanjhalli is a delicate ecosystem, and even subtle changes will make the gondola disappear forever. There is someone out there listening to these creatures, and it's not us. We recently intercepted an encrypted communication from what appears to be an Imperial listening post. The only parts we could decipher of the communication were spatial coordinates. When we cross-referenced them against our database, the only match was to the coordinates we have recorded from the gondola, their herding pattern. Someone in the Empire wants to know where these gondola are congregating, and I want you to put a stop to it. This is confidential information I'm sharing with you. I don't know who to trust of my own people, so I'm outsourcing. While you're digging for clues, don't let anyone hear what it is you're looking for. The last thing we need is for the Empire to know we are on their secret installation, and shut it down before we get there. It's Gavin here, GM, cutting in. Sorry, words. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a update here, in case you noticed a voice that you don't recognize. We are joined by our good friend Chris. He is a member of the podcasting group, the Monster Mashers podcast,
Yep.
where they talk about monster conspiracies and dicks.
Yep. A lot there's more dicks talk than you would think when we talk about cryptozoological creatures and the like. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
We're happy to have you. It's nice to have a guest star for once.
Yeah.
Demario, or Demi, as you know them, is otherwise indisposed this week. So we thought, let's keep the recording going and just invite somebody on. And so Chris has graciously joined us, and here to have a good time. And we'll be playing a new character. Well, a character we introduced last time, but didn't have a person playing them. It's Malbec. Anyway, back to the action. So, Kak, Primary Ganji has just informed you there's a Imperial listening post somewhere at the edge of the Kanjhalli Nebula, and wants you to shut it down and not tell anybody what's really going on. So you guys leave the bridge, and you're now kind of free to explore leads. There's several people, I'll say, on board who might be useful to figuring out just where this post might be and how to go about shutting it down. But it's up to you to employ your faction resources to discover that.
All right.
Heck yeah.
I feel like we ought to go talk to whoever's in charge of scanners.
I think you were just there.
Oh. Should we go back? Do we have more questions? Or probably don't want to be those guys who's like, yeah, I got this. And you like walk out and have to come back 10 minutes later and you're like, I don't got this. Who wants to be that guy?
I do.
By the way, repeat everything you just said again, but also, give me more information because I'm completely lost. Thanks.
Oh, no, yeah. No, when we just left there, and they assumed that we had everything under control, it's like, yeah, we got this. Then you leave and you have to come back.
I was ad-libbing. I'm playing off of what you were saying.
Oh,
You guys are totally just
gotcha.
paraphrasing each other's words now.
Yep.
Yeah. We're just going to go into an infinite loop of just this for the next hour.
It's quality content.
That's it. That's the episode.
When do we start talking about dicks?
Cut it, print it, send it out.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to point out that branding myself as a leader was, in hindsight, not the best idea because I have no idea what to do. But
the lovely thing is that there's all these nice, nifty family moves.
yeah,
And you can just look at them.
Look at family moves
and see which one you want to use. And that's a great thing.
Is there a person? Is there some kind of engineer that would be able to help us figure out how to get rid of it discreetly?
Yeah, I was going to say that we could go talk to my people.
All right.
See if
your people it is.
If the Esdes or my main man Longclaw got any info on this shit. I was supposed to report back anyways because I'm in hot shit. I killed somebody last time, so a lot of people actually. So,
are you saying this as Masher right now?
No, I'm not. All right, sorry. Anyways,
No, it's good. I was just like, it feels like you're talking as a character, but you're not using the voice that you set out to use, and I'm very confused.
all right, gang. My boss wants me to report back. I think that if we need some help with the this situation, anything technology or listening or whatever, my guy Longclaw's got the information we might need to take it down. He's been around a lot longer than me, and is a little bit better at my job than I am. So I'm supposed to report back to him anyways. So if you want to come, you can. If not, do your own thing. I'm going there.
How do I know this isn't a trap?
You can find that out on your own. But I do like your boots. I could get some money for that.
Honesty.
Quick question for Gavin. Are we going to be traveling via Monstro to this listening post, or are we going to have to secure separate transportation?
You will have use of a shuttle.
Cool. Okay.
Yes. That was... Ganji didn't specifically say it, but there was more of the conversation that we can gloss over for the audience's sake. But yes, they're... in addition to being told, hey, go out and find this base, they're like, here's a ship so that you can do that.
Cool. I just wasn't sure if getting there was an additional barrier.
No, getting there is not an additional barrier insofar as to say that there is a vehicle for your use.
Right.
Getting there as in traveling there and incurring or facing dangers within the nebula and space is another thing.
Yes. So yeah, I'm ready to go with Nasher and hopefully find some Imperials for me to shoot.
Okay. So, Longclaws is currently digging through a pile of scrap, just kind of tossing things over his head left and right, and cursing profusely when you guys approach him. You almost get hit, Nasher, by like a toilet seat as it comes hurtling past you, but you're able to just kind of dodge out. You know, you're familiar with Longclaws' like, this is just normal... everyday him. You have to keep your head on a swivel when you approach him. And like, you know, he hears you coming and just kind of turns quickly and goes, What is it?
I mean, you told me to talk to you. I'm just here to tell you why they wanted us on the bridge. I mean, if you want to keep digging for toilet paper or like toilet seats, that's up to you. Do you want to know, or do you want me to leave you be?
No, it's fine. Come here, young scout. So, what's on the agenda for the old Capitan? What are we pilfering today?
Boss, we got some primo shit coming our way. I gotta tell you, there is an Imperial listening post close by. I'm seeing big signs for big stuff for our big stack of shit that we got in front of you right there. Whatever you want, I'm sure they got it.
I can imagine a satellite antenna just right here. Just right in this open space here. Wouldn't it look great there?
Boss, I think that might be the best place for a satellite I've ever seen. I tell you what, I bet we could get 2, maybe 3, if we go to this listening post. Could you imagine how many things they're listening to? I only got 2 ears, but I bet they got 10.
So, what do you need from old Longclaws? 'Cause I know that you came here for more than just to tell me what. You usually dodge right past me.
Listen. Today, I'm feeling like you could be a little generous. We are needing to team up. I think this might be a bit more difficult than our regular, pilfering shit that we need to get for this here listening station. What do you think we could do to, help out my buddies back there? They're going to be kind of our, the brawn of this operation to take down this post.
We certainly know you're not the brawn, hey, little man.
Hey, don't you know it? Just the brains, just the brains.
Well, I tell you what, I don't rightly know where this listening post is, but I got some scavenging scouting reports of the area. Maybe you could take a look at them, see what you see. I don't know.
All right, that sounds good. Hey, are those? Do we need to go talk to those Esdes? Little piece of crap over there? Or should we keep this under the table for right now?
Nah. They're just gonna try to move in on our reward.
Okay,
Keep them in the dark as much as you can.
You got it. Business as usual. All right, let's go. I'm gonna wave the other two over and be like, we gotta go check some shit out. Come on, follow me.
Mm-hmm. Following.
You enter the scavenger's den, which is a seedy scrap bar filled with all the best of the best. You got the famous scavengers of the family, the ones that have made names for themselves. And they're all sitting around drinking and participating in unsavory games and don't even pay you any mind, Nasher.
Okay. Who's the biggest one?
There's a larger than average Concord somehow who's made a name for himself as a scavenger. Usually you want to be small for fitting into things. But this guy makes other people do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's known as the pusher because he just shoves the little guy into the tunnel.
That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna walk over to him because I think he's gonna be good first. I'm gonna kind of like, play it cool, get the cool walk, and walk over there and take a seat next to him and be like, hey, what you got there?
He kind of looks down at you, and says, "You're small. You could fit into things. How about you join the Pushers crew?"
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I think I got my own crew going, but I was wondering if you had any information about some interesting scouting logs, anything out of the usual that you've seen?
I could be, yeah. What's it to you?
I gotta tell you, Your reputation precedes you. I'd love to see you push some shit through some shit sometime, but we've been tasked with this. There's a job that the Captain Ganji needs us to do. Primary game, whatever their name is. We got a job, and
while they're talking, I would like to approach this man from behind.
Okay,
great. So seeing what he's doing, like kind of getting the idea, I go, I'd love this information, and I'm sure you'd be willing to give it to me for free. I got my friends here with me. I think they'd be willing to push this conversation in the right direction, if you know what I mean. And I motion to Malbec.
Malbec.
Free? I don't even know how that word's spelled. What is there? Is there one E or two? I've never used it before in a sentence. It feels weird.
So the chair that he's sitting on, is it like a legged chair?
It is.
So does that have like four legs? Or is it like
it definitely doesn't have conventional legs. I'm thinking that it's probably like gun barrels that have just been strapped to some sort of seat, maybe a seat-shaped rock.
Okay.
I mean, it's junk.
So, would I use fiercely assault then if I wanted to swing that club and try to knock out the seat from underneath them and knock them on the ground?
You could do that if you want. Yeah. Actually, I think since we're zoomed out currently, we're not really doing character moves at the moment because we want to keep those separate. Okay. But you could do claim by force, which is when you direct your family to seize or maintain control of a resource, roll plus grasp. On a hit, it's theirs, but not without cost.
I mean, I guess also, like, I'm not in charge here. Maybe I should be waiting for, like, a wink or something like that.
You could certainly be intimidating. It's just, I'm trying to see if there's a specific move. Yeah, I feel like claim by force is the only one that really applies to, like, being a aggressive stinker in such a fashion that you are attempting.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then let's do that. So which
roll the bones?
And that is a 6 and a 4, so 10.
Plus the 1 grasp of the berets. So yeah, it's an 11, so it's a complete success. So on a 10 plus, you're going to only choose one of these things. So you'll need to commit more assets to securing it, tie one of your surpluses to the resource. If you lose the resource, you lose the surplus and vice versa. There is a cost to your victory. Your family gets a need of the GM's choice, or you hurt someone. The GM will say who, and they get 2 treaty on you.
I mean, I'm knocking him on his ass, so like he's gonna get hurt. So yeah, I guess I'm hurting someone.
Okay. So yeah, you're obviously, it's obvious who the person is that you're hurting. I don't have to say. It's the pusher. The pusher is being pushed, and he's not used to this. He's not used to this situation, this change of power, and he's definitely going to take 2 treaty on your family. So Jordan, if you want to mark that.
Yep.
So we've got 2 on them.
Yeah, I mean, your family doesn't specifically, but pusher in your family does, weirdly.
Okay. Sounds good.
Which might come back later to bite you in the ass. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just interpret them. You knock him on his ass, breaking his chair out from underneath him in the process, and he's just like, I ain't never been pushed before. I don't like it. It's not nice. It's not nice. Here's the reports, damn it. And just like slaps him on the table for you, Nasher, and he's like, You guys are really rude. And I was being so friendly. And he's just like gonna get up and like fight back a tear and just kind of strut out of the bar before anyone can see him cry.
You have a great day, pusher.
I kind of like look around the room and I'm like, is there anybody else? Come on. We're ready.
There's like 3 more people just like put their like data pads out with their scanning reports.
Yeah. What a great day for a collection. Thank you very much. I'm glad you are all very understanding today. No funny business. I'll come around and collect them, and then we're out of here. Okay, so we grab all the data pads, and then we peace out before anybody decides to shoot us.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, these reports put together kind of give you a more accurate map of the Kanjhalli. And there's definitely like a spot in the reports that's just like minefield. Don't fuck with this spot. And there's like a big X on one of them. Another Conquered wrote, stupid asteroid, don't touch. Through deductive reasoning, you're like, that's probably the place.
All right. Well, folks, it looks like we got our spot. Now we just got to get there.
Before we go, we're going to need to possibly recruit an engineer or 2 to see if we can destroy this listening post without just blowing it up, as much as I do enjoy blowing things up. I'll need to grab a few recruits of my own. We might need some guns.
Yeah, you could certainly bring some troops with you. I mean, does Nasher feel like he's up to the task of fucking with some Imperial technology? I mean, you plan on leaving with several components of the listening post.
I guess you're probably fine, huh?
I mean, as long as I'm sitting in the back and I'm not in the fight, I'm just there to collect on a reward. Whatever's left over, I'm gonna grab it.
If we're loading up onto the shuttle, we can zoom in as you are, now flying in the direction of this quote minefield. So tooling up is an opportunity. We're zooming in, so now player moves, character moves. That's what we're focusing on. It's smaller scale, and everybody gets an opportunity to say what they're bringing with them. If it's like a weapon or something, you can like add a tag to it of your choosing. The tags are in the armory. That's on page 61. But yeah, we can go around and we'll start with Andrew since you're more familiar to the process.
Cool. So we fight with flamethrowers. Yeah, my choices were daggers or flamethrowers, so I chose flamethrowers. But being a sneaky kind of in the back kind of person, I was thinking it was more of a flamethrower is a great tool, but it's not really effective at range. So I'd like to make it ranged in a way where I can useful against targets outside arm's reach and out of a few hundred meters. So potentially make it like a napalm, like chucking like globs of shit at people from far away and like it exploding and fire.
It's almost bad. Almost like spewing pit or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm gonna like modify my, flamethrower standard issue to, fuck them up. And then our armor is already concealed. So could I make it my outfit also mobile as well?
Yeah, if you've got enough surpluses, you can go for it.
Our surpluses are weapons and scrap.
Yeah. So you've got 2 surpluses, so you can pick 2 benefits here. So you've added a tag to the flamethrowers. So if you wanted to add a tag to your armor as well, that's fine. That'll just be the 2 things you do.
Yeah, I'll just leave it there. I don't want to use up all of our stuff on the first mission.
It doesn't use it. It's just saying like you have these surpluses. Yeah, they're not consumed.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I definitely will do that then. Then we'll do so the flamethrowers are ranged, and then I want my suits to be mobile as well.
So that's grapples, jump jets, boosted muscles are similar. Make it much easier to get around while wearing this gear.
Yeah, just because, want to get our shit out, get our shit and get it quickly.
Cool. All right, Jordan.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since I have a need for transport, I probably cannot tool up with a vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Or if you do tool up with a vehicle, it's your only vehicle.
Okay.
Because needs doesn't mean that you don't have any of them. It just means that you don't have enough of them to go around.
Right. I want to add 1 to the quality of a set of followers for this mission. How does that work?
So basically if they do something without being ordered to for their own survival or something, when you send a group of followers to perform a task within their specialty, they roll plus quality. This is their only stat. Instead of having lore and sway and things like that.
Okay, so I want to do that. And I feel like that's relevant to the recruit surplus.
Yeah.
And since my faction only has 2 surpluses, I'm gonna let my second in command here pick what we do with our weapons.
So I saw there was one for far and one for silent. I feel like far could be useful. Pick off somebody from a distance. We are going to be indoors, so maybe silent would be better. So, yeah, I'd say silent. Put silencers on these pistols.
Nice.
Okay, are we planning on actually entering the listening station? I guess we have to, don't we?
I figured if we're going to plant a bomb, we need to go inside. Or if we're going to get in there and sabotage it and make it implode or something.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you have silenced weapons, and your enforcers have one more quality than normal. So you don't bring the raw recruits. You're bringing the trained boys for this job. You're bringing your second in command, and you're bringing some good followers. That's where we zoom in on you guys in a shuttle. This shuttle, it's like a medium shuttle because there's like 7 people on the shuttle. There's you 3, and then 4 more berets at the end. One of whom is driving, unless one of you wants to drive. I'll give that.
Actually, I feel like I should be driving if I'm so concerned about her safety. I don't think I would trust it with anybody else, so I'll drive.
Okay. All right, Malbec is driving. That is a good chance for me then to ask for you to make a roll.
All right.
Yeah, wasteland survival. When you navigate through the wasteland outside of settled lands, roll plus steel.
Okay. So that is 5.
Oh no!
Yikes.
Okay.
That's so funny because our family absolutely has a pilot and it's not him.
Can I help? I want to give him the help action.
You can take the help action.
Okay. I also rolled a 5.
So I'm expecting, like, seeing both of you guys, like, Malbec is kind of driving, and you're like, no, you're going the wrong way, and you, like, point at your map, and it's, like, upside down, and you're like, you gotta go to the X, No, not left, my left, your left. And yes, and it's like we have the both the same left. You took too long. You did turn right.
There's no left in space.
Yeah, no left in space.
There's port and starboard. But anyway, so you have managed to get lost. The nebula is an easy place to get lost in, and that is now where you find yourself. You see floating in the distance a gondola, much larger than Monstro, with a different color pattern. So whereas Monstro is kind of like a silver, this gondola has like flecks of like red and blues inside of its silver to make it kind of more like colorful and flashy. And anyone who is familiar with gondola, even a little bit, probably Tavia might know this, is that this is a bull, a male.
Okay.
And bulls tend to be a little bit more dangerous.
All right. I'm going to really quickly push Nasher out of the way. And then I'm going
push him
to push him like Malbec pushed Pusher.
Didn't know I wanted to be pushed before.
I'm gonna call over one of my followers who was a pilot before they defected and be like, I need you to steer us away from this gondola now.
No problem, boss. I'll just be taking that seat, Malbec.
Right.
Oh, is Malbec still in the seat? I thought Nasher took over.
No. He was trying to help navigate Malbec, but not driving. No.
In that case, I have pushed Malbec out of the seat. I've been like, move the fuck over. We have people for this.
Yeah, so she's gonna crack her knuckles and kind of look uncomfortably at Malbec while she just like goes to put her hands on the steering wheel, like, this is okay. Like I can do this. Okay. and gets control of the ship. And so she is going to act under orders, and we'll see how good that goes. I'm waiting.
Oh, am I rolling?
Yeah, I don't have dice. Why would I roll?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just assumed this was gonna be like D&D where you just roll all the NPCs.
Nah, fuck that.
Alright. So that's gonna be plus the quality, right?
Yes. Which is a 2.
Okay, so we are skating by on a 10.
Nice. So on a 10 plus, they do it no problem. So they're gonna just like, or she's gonna turn the wheel and leave the area with this bull who has just noticed you and is starting to kind of fly in your direction. And she guns it and gets you back on track to the location indicated to you by the Conquered scavengers. Greetings, dear listeners. Welcome to the menagerie of podcasty goodness. Gavin from Roll Warriors here to rap for a second about some of the goings-on and give you my hat-in-hand speech. Firstly, if you haven't heard the news, I've started a Twitch stream. I play video games and hang out, and you can come and ask me questions. It will be live streamed every other Tuesday on opposite weeks of the podcast release schedule, so come and check me out from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at _rollist_warrior. Full streams will also be available video on demand on Twitch for 1 week after the stream, so those who miss it live will still get a chance to see it. Since I release all of the podcast episodes for free, I wouldn't mind if you were able to send some financial support by going to our Patreon at roll_warriors. For $5 a month, you will gain access to some bonus content in the form of extra episodes and one-shots, as well as get to suggest what bonus episode we make next. In addition, patrons will receive the deluxe version of the Season 1 EP once it's released. This will mean extra songs selected from Season 1 of Roll Warriors in their final mastered format. Feel free to reach out to us on Twitter at Roll Warriors for shoutouts, fan art, burning questions, or really whatever you like. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, without that all out of the way, I'm going to let you go and get back to the episode. An asteroid sits in a small field of smaller space rocks. This asteroid is dull and brown and wholly plain save for their secrets hidden within. A small steel truss spire pokes out of the top of the asteroid, and at the tip of the spire is a long, flexible antenna. This antenna is the only indication that the asteroid might not be what it seems. You also see a field of small metal balls floating. It does not look like there is an easy way to circumvent these. And the pilot slows, and she says, what do you want us to do now?
Can we not just shoot all the balls and see what happens?
Are we sure we want to make our presence known quite this soon?
I mean, it looks like we finally got a capable pilot sitting here in the chair. I think they could get us where we need to go.
Can we scan the objects?
I can scan them, yes. If you want to, you can...
Would that be the information is power?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you can spend a point of data.
Do I have data to spend?
That's a question for your faction leader here.
Yeah, we have 2.
Do you want to?
So yeah, if you can just spend it, you don't have to roll anything. That spending the data is expelling a resource to get a reward. There's
Gotcha.
no like risk associated with it. So yeah, reveal a secret they discovered about your target and gain fleeting advantage exploiting it. So you see that this is definitely these read as mines. Like you know that there's an explosive charge in each one of these little balls of death, and you also know that they are drawn magnetically. So any magnetic or metal object that approaches them too closely will draw them in.
Sounds like we're gonna have to shoot them.
Wait, I got a plan. I'm gonna use a character move. It's called Scrap Heap Ingenuity. We're gonna have to sit here for a little bit or back up and retrace our steps. But it says when you spend a few hours wiring up and harmonizing all of the odd junk you carry around, you can accomplish great things. Choose a main feature. Sensors that can detect any trace of blank, a shield against blank, communication from afar, destruction of whatever it's attached to, and then the GM chooses something where it says someone needs to stay up for the activation. It requires some potent energy source. It needs time to charge up. So like I can use this move to create something, and then you choose whatever it is that we have to do to make it work, basically. But I need a couple hours to do it. So like I was thinking like I could like wire up like a little like metal whiz bang rocket and just like send it out, and then watch it attract a bunch of the mines since they're magnetized, and it'll create a lane for us to quickly go for the asteroid.
That's as good a plan as any.
Yeah. It's worth noting it's probably the only plan of action you have, given that the shuttle does not have weapons.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah. I was going to wait for that if you were like, shoot it. And I'd say, with what?
With what?
These are unarmed shuttles.
I'm assuming that we're far enough away that we're not like triggering any sort of reaction or anything from the asteroid.
Not at the you mean from the asteroid, from the listening post? Yeah,
correct.
How would you know that?
I guess that's fair. Okay, so I'm gonna say I tell them the plan. I said I think we should back up. Let me put something together, and then we'll come back. I don't know how long this might take me a while. I don't want us to just be sitting here like sitting ducks, whatever that is.
Whatever a duck is.
Whatever
it just came into my head. Yeah, the pilot says, there's a dust cloud I can hide us in for the moment.
Yeah. You do that. All right, let me get to work.
Malbec.
Yeah.
In the meantime, can you grab a recruit and see what you can find out about the inner workings of that listening post? Maybe see if we're close enough to scan it. I want to know what's going to happen when we get up there.
Yep, sure thing. I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab a recruit, like, hey, what's going on? I'm just be overly aggressive with them, even though I'm asking them. And I'm just say, like, please and thank you when I'm doing it, but, like, yelling.
They're just like you grabbed them by the collar and you're just kind of shaking them.
Yeah, just unnecessarily.
Please! If you would be so kind as to tell me what's going on. Yeah. Cool. What were my options, Andrew, for what I can demand from you?
So it says someone needs to stay with it up to its activation, whatever the thing is that I make. It'll require some potent energy source, or it needs to it needs to charge up before it triggers.
I will say that it will require a potent energy source.
Perfect. I take one of the fuel cells out of the ship.
Cool. And without consulting literally anyone,
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Correct.
I feel like I feel like you don't have like all the scrap on hand either. So you're just like pulling off parts of the ship to make this little rocket as well.
Yeah.
It's like, nah,
Like I'm
nothing
taking-
that'll kill us. Come on.
I'm taking stuff off people. I'm taking, like whatever I need. Yeah.
You, give me that.
Just nabbed someone's pocket watch.
That's my communicator. I need it.
We're not hearing from that guy again.
I need your leg. Why do you need my leg? I just thought it'd be funny to see him walk around without it.
Give me your eye.
He's gonna wake up, and he's not gonna know what happened. Oh man, such a good scene. Anyway, yeah. So your ship is now operating under half power, meaning that at a critical moment, your speed might not be enough.
Cool.
And the recruit that you so unpleasantly tousled, Malbec is going to need to be commanded under orders.
Okay. So I need to roll for that guy.
Yeah, and it'll be +2.
Cool. Then it's a 14 because that was double sixes.
Fucking shit.
Dang.
These are some really, really qualified recruits you guys have. So yeah, they do it no problem. They're gonna come back and say, Mr. Malbec, sir. Well, I used the ship's scanner. The range has dropped on it all of a sudden. I don't know what that's about, but we're in close enough proximity to the listening station that I can confirm that they see us.
I'm going to grab him by the collar again. I'm like, thank you so much. I can't believe how helpful that was. You did a great job. And I just want to just kind of toss him against the wall.
He's gonna dust himself off and find the opposite spot that he can be as far away from you as possible.
Yep.
All right, so you know that they know that you're there, and you take the couple of hours and scavenge from your ship to create a little missile, a little magnet missile.
Fantastic. Wow, this is a piece of art I've made right here. I hope you guys like the result. Everybody ready? You better put on your sunglasses for this one. I close my suit, hop out the door, turn it on, and let it go.
I'm going to take the sunglasses warning really seriously. I'm going to put my hand over and shield her eyes.
Yes, thank you, Malbec.
Tavia is kind of looking through the split in your hand.
Right.
But yeah, you just have this catcher's mitt size paw in your face to shield you from the blast. And you see this missile go off. Do you have to roll to see how successful this is? No, it just does a thing.
Nope, it just does it.
Okay. So it zips through the minefield and pulls several mines away with it. And there is a narrow gap, but a gap nonetheless, that your ship just might fit through.
You have our heading, recruit.
Okay. I guess I'll do it then.
Am I rolling again?
Yep. You're rolling again.
6, 7, 8, 11.
My God. Okay.
Super qualified.
Okay, so all of the recruits are more qualified for this mission than any of the people that were actually sought out for the mission. That's what I'm getting right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you maybe should have just let them do it. Let them handle
I'm
things.
just saying there's a reason my family has a need for leadership, but not a need for recruits.
Yeah.
The recruits are fine.
They just need directions. She's gonna gun the ship forward and start flying through the minefield. You do see some mines start to kind of inch their way towards your ship, and just at the edge of the inner edge of the minefield, because it's kind of like a ring, the ship stalls out, missing one of its power cells, and just kind of drifts for a second, and the two mines that were following it are going to collide, and you're going to take 2 harm to the ship's hull.
I feel like the only thing I can do in terms of moves is diffuse with what I'm thinking. I basically want to run down to the engine, section. I was going to say room. It's a shuttle.
Yeah. The engines are like in the wall panels at the back of the ship.
So I'm gonna pull open the panels and see if I can improvise some way to get the ship running again.
Okay.
I'm just gonna help as well.
I'm gonna yell at the pilot.
Because it's definitely her fault.
Would you consider that improvised technology or remembered information? Actually, it doesn't matter what I add to it because it's a fail. Bad fail.
A 2?
I rolled a 5.
I'll help. I'll help.
You'll help.
Nasher knows what he tore up, so he knows how to fix it.
I rolled a 12.
See?
All right. So that is that's gonna bring it up to what do you say? Was it a mixed success if it's a failure and you succeed, so it goes up 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you've bought some time, but you'll choose 1. The GM will demand a sacrifice to secure your safety. It's only a temporary reprieve, and the danger will soon return, or the danger's still present but threatening someone or something else.
Can the someone or something else be the listening post?
No.
You're not gonna make our failure work for us? Andrew, if you don't have an opinion, I guess it's only a temporary reprieve?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
You get the ship going again, and the shuttle pilot looks back at you and guys and says, I can't stop here. The mines, they're gonna blow the ship up. I gotta go back out the way we came. I can drop you off.
That'll have to do, and okay, well, I'm gonna grab 2 of the recruits, leaving 2 of them on the shuttle.
Okay, so it'll be shuttle pilot and poor yelled at person sitting in the corner. I would love though a forge a path roll to see if you actually can take gear and other characters with you.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter who it is. They can make anyone can make the roll because basically what's going to happen is the shuttle you're going to open the doors and just jump out towards the asteroid.
That was 13, boy.
That's unlucky. That's an unlucky number.
Not today, bitch.
Yeah. All right, so on a 10 plus, you only have to pick 1. You're exposed to danger as you travel. The route you took is lost. You can't take gear / other characters with you, or you take a lot longer than you expected.
I feel like narratively, the one that makes the most sense is you're exposed to danger as you travel.
I felt like narratively the one that makes the most sense is the route you took is lost.
I almost said that, and then I changed my mind, so let's switch it to that one.
Just because, like, the shuttle's leaving you, right? You can't go
Yeah.
back the way you came.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
The shuttle's gonna have to come back for us.
Well, eventually, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe, who knows what's in here?
True, we live on this listening station now.
So, at the base of the truss spire is a single hand crank pressure seal affixed to a small metal bulkhead. And you guys all just kind of fly slowly towards the truss spire and latch on to whatever you can grab a hold of. So you're all just like hanging from the top antenna of this asteroid, and you see this hatch down at the bottom.
All right. Guess we're climbing down.
Beyond the bulkhead is a narrow ladder descending into total darkness. Through the darkness at the bottom of the ladder, you can see the faint outline of a large circular chamber.
I'm going to sneakily climb down there and see if I can't get a peek.
On one end, backlit by view screens and displays, are 4 dwarfish figures. It's kind of hard to see them because they're just backlit by the screens. Yeah, Malbec, since you decided to come down here first and by yourself, you are going to draw their fire. The lights of this chamber stay pretty dark, but one kind of ceiling light flashes, and you can see the creatures at the far side. These are the Untu, which you haven't met of any of, but you've heard of them. You're traveled enough that you know most species. So they are roughly the size of human children. They have albino white skin covered in a thin coat of wispy white hair. The homeworld of the Untu is cold and covered with caves and darkness. They have adapted to this environment with large eyes with enormous pupils to soak in large amounts of light, and 2 long and wide pointed ears protruding from the sides of their head. Their mouths appear quite petite on their big heads, and their wet rodent nose is always sniffing the air. They wear black lab coats and have small silver laser guns primed and ready.
All right. Well, if they're shooting at me, I'm going to shoot back.
Okay, go ahead with that fiercely assault.
And that's force, right? So that is
Yes.
11.
11, okay. So on a 10 plus, you get to choose 2, and the GM is going to choose 1. So your avenue of escape is clear. You inflict savage, terrifying harm, frightening and dismaying your foes. You scavenge something valuable, gain a device, or you get information from your foes, get 1 data. You can pick 2.
I'd like to say the chair. Definitely scare them, but also forge away. Get a way for us to, get down and in there.
Okay. So yeah, you're just like taking the brunt of the fire so that everyone can come piling in after you.
Yeah.
You are going to down one of these creatures, and they all kind of let out like childlike shrieks, but not before you take harm appropriate to them, as they're going to shoot back at you. And these are stun pistols, stun lasers. So they're not going to harm you in the traditional sense, but you are now petrified.
Okay.
and can't move.
Okay. All right.
All right. At the sound of the gunfire, I have just like turned to the two recruits we brought with us, and I'm like, go, go, go. And we kind of go rushing in. And can we all fiercely assault?
When combat-capable followers fight with you, add the area tag to your weapons as they help you take on a large group. So basically, you're going to roll to fiercely assault with the area tag in place.
Okay. Cool. And since Malbec has sort of held them off, we have run past them and are like looking back and shooting at them from like that angle. That is gonna be a 8 plus 1. Yes, 9.
9. Okay. So you're gonna pick two. You're gonna pick one from those options, and I get to pick 2.
Okay. Okay, you inflict savage, terrifying harm.
Okay.
I don't want these fuckers following us.
You're gonna take harm appropriate, and someone or something important to you is harmed. They're gonna down one of your recruits in the process, and they're going to hit you with another stunner. So one of your recruits kind of dodge rolls out of the situation. You have taken out 2 in the process. So there's one left, and it kind of dives into the darkness. So Nasher, it's just you and another and one of the beret recruits left.
Hearing the silence of gunfire, I'm gonna slink down and look around and go to the recruit and say, "Is there any left?"
Yeah, man. There's one took off into the darkness over there. I didn't get a good look at where they went.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look. I charge up the flamethrower and lob a glob over to in that just the general direction, not really. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So I'll fiercely assault as well.
Yeah, you're firing blind, but if you hit something, you hit something.
10.
10. Wow. Okay, so you get to choose 2, and I'll choose 1.
All right. Well, we will scavenge something valuable and gain a device. And then I'm also gonna, I don't know, get information from the foes and gain 1 data.
Okay. So yeah, what happens here, because I will explain it, and then it'll become obvious which of these I am choosing. You fire a hot lob of goo out of your flamethrower, and it strikes out into the darkness, illuminating its path as it goes, and it hits a console on the far wall, which sparks and explodes. And you hear a whimpery cry as the last Untu is blasted out onto the floor and kind of slides a few feet in your direction. And doesn't get up. The fire is going to start to spread. I will also say, so you're gonna scavenge something valuable. You kind of note the fire and then run over to the station where they were working. There's 4 desks, with view screens and everything. You're gonna get the data. There's just they're tracking the movements of all of the gondola herds, and there is a tablet that has listed on it in Imperial Giagora tracking information, and that's the device that you're getting.
Got it. So it's a tablet with tracking information.
Yes, for the Giagora. So the room is on fire, and it's quickly spreading, and you have 3 petrified, stunned friendos.
Can I talk?
You can kind of try.
Kind of try? Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna guide my eyes towards the stun pistols, and then look back at my recruit, and then back at the stun pistol, and I am indicating to this person that perhaps there is a reversal beam on this pistol.
You watching enough Star Trek, I would say. Yeah, go ahead and
Am I watching enough Star Trek for you, Gavin?
Yeah.
Well, you can thank Chris for that because he has me watching so much Star Trek.
He has a life-size Worf sitting behind him. Like the audience can't see that. There's a life-size Worf in the room with him.
I love Star Trek. There's a batleth up on my wall.
Nice. I almost got a batleth.
You should get a batleth.
The guy that did this tattoo almost gave me his batleth because he got paid in batleth for a tattoo, and he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this fucking thing. And I looked at Sam, and Sam was like, not with the child in our house. And I said, oh,
but
okay.
You need a family batleth. How else are you gonna show people your family has honor?
Maybe I'll get a Chris knife.
There you go.
There you go.
Gavin, I have a novelty decorative plate of the Enterprise in my living room, which you have not noticed, even though it's sitting on my TV stand.
My perception score is surprisingly low.
0. Anyway, so going to
roll under orders.
Yes, 8.
You said 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna have to choose one. It's done, but they fell short on one particular aspect. There will be unfortunate consequences, or it cost them, their quality drops by 1.
Let's go with the first one.
They fell short in one particular aspect. Okay. So they pull up this laser gun and they're finagling with the controls, not really sure what to do. And they shoot it, and it hits your legs, and your legs are now not petrified, but the rest of your body still is.
That's awesome.
And he does,
okay,
and the recruit does it for the others as well. So you're all just walking around with petrified upper torsos.
I want to walk up with my petrified arms out and give him a whack. Kind of let him know it's like, hey, finish the job.
He looks at the gun and he's like, I don't know what to do. That's all it does.
I'm going to just scream at him with my mouth shut.
All right. I'm going to see this silliness and walk back and be like, oh my god. Okay. And then walk back. I'm going to do a diffuse roll and do improvised technology, so plus lore.
Okay.
And try to get them back to normal. Does that sound good?
That sounds like something, you should do really quickly, given that the room is on fire.
The room is on fire.
Man, dice are rolling hot today. I got an 11.
Whew. Okay. I mean, the situation is safe until it's changed significantly, by which I mean your compatriots.
The room is on fire?
The room is still on fire, but your compatriots are now moving. You go over to the laser gun and you there's a dial and it says freeze, unfreeze, and you see that the dial has been set halfway between the two, and you just turn it a little bit more and blast your friends, and then everybody's completely unfrozen.
So not all of the recruits are
stellar.
10 out of 10.
This guy's cousin got him in or something.
He lied on his resume.
I just look at Tavia. I'm like, where do you even get these guys? I mean, come on, can they not read?
The room is on fire.
We gotta go. Come on, let's go.
All right, so we gotta blow this shit up quick and get the hell out of here. So,
do you have to blow it up?
It's on fire.
It's currently on fire.
At this point, we might as well blow it up.
Well, okay.
We could fight the fire. I kind of want to hit some fire with my club, and assuming that's going to work.
I need as much stuff as I can get before we leave. So I'm just going to be back here. I'm going to be grabbing shit as we go, but I'll keep an eye on you, okay?
There's got to be a fire suppression system.
Um, yeah. In theory, what would we roll for that?
In theory,
Diffuse roll.
I'm thinking it's probably Unleash Power.
Okay.
Oh, fancy. I can make that. I have a +1 to lore.
I thought
Well,
you were busy scavenging.
I mean, it's true, but like, if somebody yells at me, then like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Malbec said he was gonna fight the fire, so Malbec's gonna fight the fire.
Hey, there you go.
Nobody else was ready to fight the fire. You were like, I'm gonna get stuff to sell for money. And I was like, we're gonna blow this entire place up.
Just gotta keep you safe. All right, so Unleash Power. My lore is also a -1.
Same.
Love it.
All right, well, here I go. Oh, that is a 6.
That's a 6, huh?
No.
Good.
Nobody
good.
wants to help. I mean, I'm kind of busy right now.
Yeah, you're kind of busy
So-
right now. Yeah. So let's
Are the fire extinguishers on fire? Is that what's happening?
you go to the glass thing that says break in case of fire, and you look at your club, and you smash it against the glass, and nothing happens.
All right, I want to shoot the glass.
That would be a help action that you chose to not do.
Oh my god, Gavin. Okay.
There's gonna be a hard move, but I'm happy to let Nasher resolve trying to find some scrap before the hard move happens, because I feel like that's entering the territory of no return.
Yeah. So while I'm fishing around for shit, I just look at this big oaf hitting a wall with the hammer, and I'm like, these fucking people. And then I go over and grab to help.
Well, we decided
I-
not to help. We're not allowed to help now.
We're not allowed to help now?
I
Is that
already
what's
resolved.
happening?
Like, I told you
Oh.
that there will be a hard move because nobody decided to help. But I'm letting you scavenge things before I resolve it, so that because you were doing them simultaneously. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be scavenging and simultaneously decide to take the help action.
So what do you think I should do? What role do you think I should do for that?
Whatever move gets you a device.
It's a diffuse roll.
I would say
Or
fiercely assault's probably the best choice.
Yeah, you're right. I like that. So I'm just gonna like hack at a wall. Yeah, that's a 9. So
9.
gain a device.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I have to come up with another device. That's fun. You break into a wall panel, and you find this station's signal amplifier.
Okay, cool.
It's like it's a device about yay big. It's kind of like roughly, it's roughly like lantern shaped. But it's
Okay.
it's got a bunch of wires coming off of it after you tear it out.
Cool.
Okay, so hard move time. Now that we've gotten another device, the panel that you just ripped into, Nasher, the live wires spark and explode, and send you flying, and you take 2 harm. And yeah, now the room is very, very much on super fire. More than just normal fire. The fire is a lot more, and it's bad.
I'm going to start pushing the recruits we have towards the exit where we came in.
The ladder,
and,
yeah.
And call out for Malbec. And I'm just going to try to get us out of here, because I truly feel as though this place is on fire. We've destroyed it.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get to earlier. Like, you're going to set a bomb in a thing that's burning to the ground. Seems like overkill. Beating a dead horse or whatever, but yeah.
I mean, you know.
All right, so yeah, you call to Malbec, who is just stubbornly beating this glass, like, break in case of sign. And it's just like, you are supposed to do the thing that you say you do when I hit you with this thing. So Tavia is calling to you to say it's time to fucking get out of here.
All right. So I'm like, reluctantly, I'm going to hit it one last time and then just...
What are you trying to kill yourself?
Try to put out the fire. Protect you.
You see a tiny, tiny crack on the glass. The last hit.
After I make my Forge a Path move, can I make a small narrative choice that you can delete later if you don't like?
Okay.
I have a really funny idea for why this glass isn't breaking unless you've already thought of something.
I don't have anything. Go for it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna make my roll first to see if we even get out of here.
Right.
That's a 10. Obviously, the route we took is lost.
Natch.
We are not coming back to the inside of this listening station. However, as I push everyone out and follow behind them, I glance back, and next to the in case of fire break sign, there is a small hammer with a pointed end that, when striking the glass, would break it. This is, of course, a preventative measure to keep people from bumping into it and accidentally breaking it. The club was too blunt. You needed to... And then I just roll my eyes and make my way up the ladder.
On the way out, can I just kind of like just throw something at it and it just happens to break it? I don't even notice.
Well, I gave you the crack.
Yeah, okay.
Like you were like one last try.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, wait, it's going.
Yeah. No, then I'll follow up and out.
So you guys all scale the ladder. Nasher a little bit gingerly, now that you're nursing some woundage, and you ascend once again to see the shuttle has circled back around and is now dragging quite a few mines behind it.
Awesome. Okay,
Nice.
well, how fast can we jump on this shuttle?
How
What are they
fast
gonna do?
indeed?
Just hover with the door open for half a second? Like a little video game, it just circles around us and we have to hop on one at a time as it gets in the right position.
Yeah.
In any case, what are we gonna have to roll for this?
Do we all need to?
Let's have individual diffuse rolls.
Okay.
Would you like it to be... I'm assuming sway.
No,
plus
I was
sway.
going with intimidation or physical exertion, force, or endurance or quick action, steal. You can choose between the two of those.
I rolled a 10 with
Nice.
steel for quick action.
I got an 8.
Okay.
11.
11. So, Malbec, the failure, well, partial succeeder. You've bought some time, but you're going to choose one. The GM will demand a sacrifice to secure your safety. It's only a temporary reprieve and the danger will soon return, or the danger's still present but threatening someone or something else.
I think the sacrifice is the one that makes the most sense.
Okay. So you see Nasher and Tavia leap onto the ship, and you have just enough time to make the jump. There is a recruit in front of you, and you can't make the jump unless you push them out of the way.
Is this the recruit that got the settings wrong on the pistol?
It is.
Well, I don't have faith that he can keep her safe, so I'm shoving him out of the way.
Yes. So you shove him into space, and he just kind of starts plummeting. He's like, "What the hell?"
Learn to read.
And Malbec leaps into the ship and grabs it with your big hand, just like crunching down a little bit as you sail past the station. Several of these mines are going to peel off and hit the station antenna itself, which, I mean, hey, works for you, right? It just keeps, it starts, impacting and blowing up exposed metal in this asteroid. And then a large explosion from within the asteroid shoots up, and there's like a flame spout. And there's like maybe half a dozen mines still trailing the shuttle. And the pilot's like, you guys all in?
All in, go, go, go.
And she's gonna gun it. So why don't you give me another under orders roll?
All right.
Partner.
9.
All right, so they fell short in one particular aspect. There will be unfortunate consequences, or it costs them, their quality drops by 1.
Cost them.
Okay. So, yeah, this is a stressful situation that this pilot will not quickly recover from. She's going to be shell-shocked for a long time. But she guns it, and you can see the mines start to peel away. Like the distance on them becomes great enough that they stop following, and then they impact with each other. Nice. You guys
cool.
are in your partially damaged shuttle, missing a couple of people. Okay, so the berets of the end, you have gained the surplus justice. I feel like it's fair that the berets, given that they expended most of the resources, are going to take the surplus, and Nasher is going to make out with the scrap, the devices and whatnot. So yeah, you guys are flying back to Monstro, knowing that today you've done good. The Imperial listening post is going to threaten the nebula no longer, and feel like the gondola, as a species, are protected for the time being. Your ship and the rest of them. Yeah, I mean, there's a darker undertone behind every victory, and the darker undertone is that the Imperials wanted the Giagora for something, and it's an apex predator that eats gondola, so it probably wasn't something good. And you get this mounting sense of dread that, even though you've won this victory and achieved some sense of justice, the Imperials aren't going to take it lying down, and there will be ramifications.